For over 140 years, Tustin and its surrounding communities have been dedicated to a tradition of excellence in education. Today, in our ever-evolving economy and a rapidly changing technological world, that tradition continues as the demands on the schools to provide a cutting-edge, state-of-the-art education are stronger than ever. In 1872, Columbus Tustin built a one-room schoolhouse on his land and donated it to the community. This modest beginning in the small town would become a hallmark of the district's close relationship with the Tustin community.
Tustin is a special place because of community. Of course, when I was born here, it was about 1,300 people. In high school, about 2,200 people. That's real community. It's easy to know everybody. If you don't know anybody, you figure something's missing. Now we're 70-some thousand. It's very difficult, but still it's small, and that's the beauty of it. Small surroundings, so on. So they pull together, and it's the interplay between the principals and the district and the people, but you're never going to have too much of that.
Tustin Unified's my home. I love Tustin Unified. My kids grew up here, went to school here, got a great education. Everyone seems to come back. If they graduated from Tustin or Foothill or now Beckman, they want their kids to have the same experience.
As the city grew into the 20th century, so did its schools. Tustin Union High School opened in 1922, serving 5 different elementary school districts. Today, Tustin Unified serves nearly 24,000 students and is consistently rated as one of the top performing districts in the state and nation. As we move into the 21st century, the roles of teacher and student are shifting as more and more of our students arrive as digital natives. Tustin Unified has adapted to the new digital frontier and sought to keep our students on the forefront of technology in the classroom. One of the most important goals of Tustin Unified is for all students to receive a 21st century educational experience. The role of technology in this new mission cannot be overstated.
Technology impacts everything that we do and really is the crux of industry. And so as we prepare students to move forward into the business world, part of the success of would be, are we emulating what industry is doing with technology? And are we applying that in an educational arena so that when students graduate and move on to college and graduate from college, they're familiar with how the technology works, and that increases their chances of success.
Kids get information in a different way now. They have essentially the world's kind of information base in their pocket, on their phones. They do social networking to understand things and to bounce things off of each other. They acquire information differently, and so the role of education has changed. It's not that they come to a schoolhouse to get information. They have that. So now we have to focus on more 21st century skills like critical thinking and analysis.
It also is a great equalizer. It affords the students of all socioeconomic demographics opportunity to the information, the data, and it prepares them for the globally changing economy.
Technology gives you a tool as an educator that I think is quite beneficial. You can design a module that students can work on independently and then go and coach students individually as they need, and that's a huge advantage for a teacher.
It allows students and teachers to partner together to discover knowledge, as opposed to the teacher just being the expert and the student being the one who receives whatever the teacher's giving.
I know a lot of people are sometimes worried about technology and technology taking over education, and it's never been that way. It's really just a tool that in many ways augments what we already do. You know, in terms of thinking of computers in the classroom or iPads in the classroom, using online sources, all those I think are just ways of enhancing what we already do.
The most profound effects that the technology is having on our students is primarily the engagement level is just incredibly high. Everybody's involved and engaged in the process.
They are so focused. They are so excited to be able to take what the standards are and apply them in a whole new way.
In the beginning of the year, it was fun to do things on paper, but then she told us we're going to get iPads. We're all really excited. And it was sort of different at first to do them on the iPads, and now we really got used to it, and it's really fun.
We've spent a lot of time thinking about what the kids need in the 21st century to be successful. Speaking to university professors, they want kids coming with critical thinking skills, problem solving, collaboration, and communication. At the same time, we go out and talk to businesses. What is it they're looking for in their employees? And it's the exact same set of skills. So our goal is to be able to use technology, which is the 21st century skills at our disposal, to help kids do just that.
As a populace that values its small-town roots, the community, local businesses, and universities can and are helping by creating unique partnerships.
The school district is not just the school district. It has to have partners in the community. It has to have businesses. It has to have foundations. You have to have all kinds of people working constantly. It has to be a partnership with everybody in our community.
We, as the business community, I think we can be more involved. We can be participate with the students more. I think by seeing what real businesses in their local community, the problems that they're dealing with and how we solve those problems, I think kids can get excited about that, and they enjoy meeting business leaders and understanding what challenges business leaders face every day. So I think it can be very motivating if we're more visible. We need to invest in our teachers. Our teachers today are already role models, mentors, leaders for our kids. And to the extent that we can integrate technology into the role that they play with our kids, I think it's extremely valuable. So that means helping our teachers get training and giving them the tools that they need to, so that they feel comfortable integrating that into their curriculum.
I want industry and people out there in the workforce to realize that there are benefits of getting involved with their local high schools. I want the car designer, I want the engineer, and I want the corporation to become involved by becoming mentors, by helping out, not necessarily money, but expertise, so that they can get the educated workforce that we so desperately need.
We need the community's involvement and community's help. We need people, knowledgeable people who are willing to serve as coaches for our robotics teams, for our crews that set up and compete in these competitions for fuel-efficient cars, for projects such as the solar energy project. We need businesses who will partner with us, will show us the technologies that they use, that they need students to be trained in, that will help us identify and secure the industry standard equipment that we need, because we want to make sure that what we're doing is creating the workforce that will make this community a productive and successful economy into the long term, into the future.
The successes of Tustin's integrated science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, or STEM programs already in place are evident as students are more prepared for college and are even being recruited into jobs right out of high school.
What we're learning in our engineering program is stuff that can take the students into a collegiate level or to a career level. We're actually giving them skills that they can take into the real world.
Honestly, whoever has the best technology now always has a leg up on the competitors. So if I'm trying to start my own business and be like a top CEO or something, then I have to have a leg up on everybody. I have to have an advantage, and getting a head start on all this stuff and learning it right now is helping me.
I actually just got an internship at Edwards Life Science. It's a biomedical engineering firm, and that's because of this SolidWorks class I'm taking currently. It's really gotten me interested in, I know exactly where I want to go. I want to go to UCI. I want to be a biomedical engineer, and it's all because of this class.
As a mathematics teacher, I am always asked, and every teacher is always asked, when am I ever going to use this? And guess what? I have the answer. This is where you're going to use it. And they're doing it.
While many programs are in place now, the technological horizon is always expanding and changing, and Tustin Unified is working to meet the challenges of the 21st century.
The economy in the 21st century's changed. The world is smaller, so our kids are really needing to compete, not just with the kids in Garden Grove and Irvine and Santa Ana, but really with the kids from Mumbai and Shanghai. And so those kids are learning with technology. Our kids need the same skills. It's not enough just to be able to be the best in California. We need to be the best in the country and really the best in the world.
The classroom today is not what we live in. We live in a technological world, we live in a digital world, and the classroom is still analog. We still write with pen and paper, we still write on whiteboards, whereas we live on our cell phones, we live on the computer. So we haven't quite bridged that gap between the technology we use in the real world and the technology in the classroom. And that's what I'm looking to bridge.
We need access for everybody. We need wireless everywhere in every classroom. We need communication devices with laptops or tablets where they can not only connect to the internet and connect with each other, but have ways to display what they learn and post it on blogs and present it to other communities. They can showcase what they've learned and have rich debate through technology. All of those kinds of tools and devices, I think, are what we need in our classrooms.
Right now we're in a very unusual time that the state funding isn't what it should be and what they've committed to be in the past. And so again, I think it's time the Tustin residents want more for our kids. And so we think it's important that we band together, parents, community, staff, the board, and do what we think necessary to make sure our kids are going to be successful.
The Tustin Unified Community always comes together when action is requested. The 21st century demands more from our schools and our students. We need to be prepared to provide the equipment, facilities, and technology needed to teach these skills, as well as providing 21st century educational technology in all classrooms. Our children are our future. What will you do to ensure their success? Please join us in this new endeavor. Let's all answer the bell together.